Happy New Year! 2026 just arrived, and now is the best time to think of your next yacht. But how do you find your designer, and which designer is the best suited for your project? This is a video dedicated to future owners and current owners that want a new yacht. Let's dive into it. I've made a list of types of designers, and I grouped them into 4 categories. Now, the first category is the established designer. This also includes the superstar of the industries, like Espen Oino, Nuvolari Leonard, Andrew Winch, and Tim Haywood. Established design studios can have 3 to 4 people and grow up to 100 and plus people, with medium-sized studios of around 15 people. Now, I want to highlight the advantages and disadvantages of working with each group of designers. Now, working with established designers is a go-to option. One of the biggest advantages of working with an established designer is experience. They have experience working and designing boats. They have a proven portfolio of floating projects that prove their experience to deliver a design and follow up with the construction with the shipyard. Another advantage is they have been collaborating long with shipyards, and they have been in this industry for some time now, and they know how to pull the ropes to get the project move faster. They know the suppliers and the professional in the industries. Talking about these advantages, one of the most important is that they are more expensive. In this industry, someone who can afford a yacht of 100 million, I believe this will not be a problem. They will not look for cheaper options, especially in design. But for someone who wants to build a smaller yacht, a smaller custom, the design fee might weigh more. Another disadvantage is that, especially for big design studios, is that your design might not be designed by the principal design, but by an employee. And I've seen some years ago a design entirely made by a junior. And of course, the principal designer is directing the project, but in the end, the yacht is designed by an employee. And if you want your yacht to truly be designed by the principal designer, you should go for a smaller size studio. Now, the third disadvantage is that some of the big names in the industry also have big egos, and they will not like to be told what to do, and this can be problematic, especially if you as a client have specific requirements. It's not general. There are plenty of top designers start in the industry. They are very flexible, and they will design according to their clients' wishes. There's also another point. This is both an advantage and a disadvantage. Most of the established designer will go for a proof of risk design. They will make something that they are comfortable with, and they will design something that sometimes they already done. It's not uncommon to see designs that are similar to one another from the same designer. And some people may call that his style or a style. But in truth it's a comfortable way and low risk of doing something that you already done. And it's the same with the shipyards. Now, how do you find an established designer? Firstly, you should know his work. And probably you've seen many yachts you liked. You should check who's the designer. And then look into his work and find the style and learn about his approach. You can either contact him directly through his website, or if you don't know which designer should you choose, you can also ask a broker. Usually the brokers and most established one will recommend an established designer because the risk is low. A captain can also recommend a designer. Captains are well immersed in the industry, and usually the captains get involved also in the building process, so they might know the right designer for your requirements. Let's move forward to the next group of designers. These are the experienced emerging designers. Can be one man or a small studio, 2 to 4 people. Can be experienced, can have previously worked for one of the biggest name in the industry, for the established designers, or is someone who is coming from another industry. Myself, I have a background in industrial design with more than 70 years of experience. Some of the advantages of working with emerging designers are they are fresh with ideas and have new vision. They can challenge the status quo and disrupt the industry, coming with new and fresh ideas. Some of them are also bold and they will propose something that you might not think before. They are also eager and full of energy. They are motivated and they will run the extra mile. They are also cheaper than the established yacht design studio. Cheaper doesn't mean it's also good, and I will also address the cheaper topic on the disadvantages. Another advantage is that you will know that he is the designer who is designing your yacht. Now, talking about disadvantages, one and the most important, especially for the newcomers, that they don't have a yacht on the water. They don't have a proven portfolio. If there's someone that started with big yachts and big collaborations, they might be passing some years before they will have boats on the water. For example, a 70-meter yacht takes between 3 to 4 up to 5 years to delivery. So it's very important to understand that even if the designer doesn't have boats on the water, this doesn't mean he doesn't have undergoing projects or is not capable of delivering. The cheaper part is very tricky because some of the emerging designers, the new starting ones, may ask for lower prices, but you should be careful. Cheaper doesn't really mean good, and from my experience, one time I lost a project to someone who offered 80% lower than my offer, and my offer was below the established design studios, but was fair. It reflected the quality I would provide. In the end, I kept contact with that client and show me the work the other studio done. It was not spectacular, and he did not proceed with building that project. It's very important to know the right amount of design fee. For example, for a 70-meter yacht, which now we are documenting, a big design studio, an established design studio, can ask, let's say, an average of 900,000 euros. But going lower, let's say like 80%, this would mean 150,000, which is extremely low for a yacht this size. Even though initially it seems a lot, but the amount of time and energy and the amount of work that this kind of projects requires is immense, and someone who asks too low might not be able to deliver. A lower amount will be, let's say, a minimum of 450,000 for a 70-meter yacht. This will be, from there up, it's, from my point of view, a safe design fee. But I'm sure you will find even cheaper. The other disadvantage, and for some people this might be important, is that the emerging designer is not a top name. He doesn't have a name that you can attach to the project, like the big names of the industry, which is also a marketing and a branding part of the yacht. For some people this is important, and for some people this is not. A good designer can design a yacht ranging for 15 meter to up to 150 meter without problem, because the process is similar. The amount of work, it's a lot more, but the process, it's the same. And also the amount of details, don't forget, on bigger yachts, there are way more. Well, how do you find an emerging designer? Usually they are present on social media. They are promoting themselves on either LinkedIn or Instagram. But you can also find them through online media, articles. They publish concepts and design that you can have a glimpse of their quality and design capabilities. And also they have websites. Usually they have a portfolio online that showcases some of their work. Some also have collaboration with brokers. They're also promoting concepts through those brokers. The next group is the outside of the industry designer. These are designers that are not in the industry. They might have some projects, some yacht projects before, but their main business is either product design, architecture, interior design. One of the notable names is Philip Stark, and he designed the yacht of Steve Jobs, Venus, and also Motor Yacht A and Sailing Yacht A. Foster & Partners, the architecture firm, also done some projects in the industry. Now, they can be established and with great experience. Coming from outside of the industry doesn't mean they don't have experience in bringing design into the real world. They can have worked previously on other yachting projects or related to yachting projects. Philip Stark also did interior design for some yachts. Let's talk about advantages. They come with fresh ideas and bring new visions and new approaches into the projects. They can come with disruptive design and bring something that you never seen before. Good example are the projects from Philip Stark, Sailing Yacht A, Motor Yacht A, and also Venus, the Steve Jobs yacht, were groundbreaking in the industry, featuring quite unique design elements and also challenging. Now, the disadvantages are that these designers might not be cheap. And I know that Philip Stark took a very big design fee for Steve Jobs' yacht. The same as the established designers, your yacht might be designed by another employee or a junior or a team of designers, but not the principal designer, which will lead the design. And also, not being in the industry, they might not know the shipyards, the way the shipyards and professional collaborate. This can take some time to align to the industry pace. Now, how do you find an outside designer? Usually the clients who ask for an outside designer, they know some of the work they've done, or they may ask a broker to recommend some outside of the industry designer. And the broker firstly will go to the person who had experience in the naval industry, or they done some projects before. Some clients may have their own favorite designer who they like their job. And who knows, maybe someone likes Karim Rashid and want him to design him a yacht. It's possible. Then the client can approach the designer through their websites or ask the broker to do this for him. The fourth group, which is very prevalent, are the emerging students. And you will see the internet flooded by concepts and designs made by students who just came out of university, or they studied industrial design, yacht design, and they are presenting even great designs. Some of them are extremely talented, but they lack experience. Now, walking through some advantages, they are very high on energy. They are very motivated, and they will put a lot of work in their designs. Some of them are very talented, and they will work the extra mile for you. And they will also be cheap. Now, disadvantages are very important in this category. They have no experience, no real-world experience. A project that you saw online done in maybe 6 months, they had to done it in 1, 2, maximum 4 months, and that will be quite challenging for them. They might not have the experience to delegate. Big projects requires teams, and even a one-man company can handle big projects by outsourcing. But also outsourcing takes experience, and knowing to who to give work, to who to share part of your work, and how to manage that person or design studio that you are hiring takes experience. Another disadvantage is the risk of not being able to deliver. Even though they might have great designs, great concepts, the design, the full design package requires more than only visuals or good renderings. It requires planning, it requires technical knowledge, and also requires collaborative skills. which comes and are gained through experience. And some of the young people, even they might be motivated and had the energy to put in the hours to go through and deliver a big project, might face some challenging along the way and might not be able to deliver in the end. How do you find a yacht design student? Usually they are on social media present, they have portfolio, and also they are present on LinkedIn. Also, Boat International is doing the Yacht Designer of the Year. It's a competition for young designers that can go into and share their qualities. And some of the people who participate in these design competitions are very talented. And this can be also a way to look into a design student if you want to give a student a chance. From all these 4 groups, I don't recommend working with the student designers for big projects. Maybe if you have a small project and you find a student designer that has a yacht that you liked and can be brought to reality, contact the designer and also a shipyard that can take over their concept, their design, and make it feasible. It's a possibility. The shipyard can take over some of the responsibilities of the designers or hire an engineering team with experience. In the end, it's very important to find the designer you like to work with and you think that you have some common grounds in terms of your expectations and also the style. Some designer can be flexible in adapting to different styles, and some like to stuck to one style. Address the designer, communicate with him, tell him what you want, and move forward. Look into his work, and if you find something you like, contact him. I hope this will help you have a clear image about what type of designers are out there and will help you decide what designer to choose. I hope this year you will find the right designer for your project and build your dream boat. Don't forget to subscribe and comment in the section below. Share your thoughts with me about what we discussed today. And also, if you previously had experience with designers from these 4 groups, what was your experience? Was it good or was it bad? Let us know and share in the comment for some people to learn from your experience. Until next time, let's live the yacht design passion.